Hi there, this is Gershen-Siegel, and I'm here to give you the second half of talking about j-krak, the community, and this is my project with Kim Scroggins, so let's get started. Now I'm going to start with the second objective, which is to energize the fandom in order to evangelize others. And one of the issues that we've got here is that the music is on YouTube, but discussions about the band tend to be on Facebook. So this is a bit of a disconnect. And so what we're looking to do is bring these together. And this is going to include providing a more formal place to discuss how the band is doing. According to Groundswell, Chapter 6, it says, and I quote, "Create a community. Communities are a powerful way to engage with your customers and deliver value to them." Objective number 3 is to embrace the fandom and offer contact points and some limited collaboration. So again, we're looking at talking to the Groundswell, listening to the Groundswell, and this is going to include requests for song coverage, because although most of the band's work is original, they've also done some cover tunes. And again, according to Groundswell, in Chapter 5, it says, and I quote, "Your brand is what your customers say it is," end quote. What do fans want to hear? For decades, musicians have taken requests. We think it's time to take some. Now let's get into the strategies. The first strategy is to raise awareness with key players. And those are going to be area disc jockeys and radio stations within the New York and New England area. And we're going local, even though we recognize that there's radio all over the place. There's XM satellite radio, etc. But live performances are not quite so universal, and we think that this band is much better in live performances, so it's a lot more reasonable to hope that a local disc jockey is going to come in versus someone from the other coast or the other side of the world. Things may change. Strategy number 2 is to give the fans a place to meet and chat, and give new fans a place online where the band can be found, because one of the things that we have been noticing is that it's rather difficult to locate this band online. This would also serve another purpose, which would give the band a means of being contacted for future bookings. And this is also going to include the ability to build some anticipation for new music, albums, gigs, that sort of thing. Once again, according to Groundswell, Chapter 5, it says, and I quote, it says, "If creators and critics comprise less than 15% of your audience," and we already know that that's absolutely true, then, quote, "you may want to consider a private community instead," end quote. And I think that that's right on target. The third strategy is to give fans a small say in the songs that the band will cover, and to possibly give them an opportunity to make requests, or at least let them suggest venues where they believe that j-krak should try to get in and play. According to Groundswell, and now we're going to jump forward to Chapter 9, it says, and I quote, "If you have impassioned customers, they'll be happy to join a forum and influence your product development. While this could be a good source of ideas, recognize that it doesn't hit everybody in your audience. The concept works, but it reaches a skewed subset of the customer base," end quote. And that's why we're saying a small say, a limited say in what the fans are interested in hearing, because we recognize that this is only going to be a subset of who actually listens to this band. Now I'm going to give you a little taste of one of their songs, another one of their songs.
We actually wrote this Friday at a campground. You can picture the fire crackling. We don't have one of those today, that would be dangerous, but it's campfire music.
As you can see, this band works so much better when it's live. Now let's look at strategy number 4, which is to build a Last.fm account or another joint account, which will allow for listeners and fans to have free access to the band's music at any time. Per Groundswell on Chapter 5, once again, one reason why a company should listen to the Groundswell is, quote, "understand how buzz is shifting," end quote. And we think that buzz definitely will shift once there's more of a community set up, once fans are able to bounce off each other and add their ideas for new material, such as what should the next song sound like. And also in Content Nation, Chapter 9, it says, And I quote, Last FM enables independent artists to build up limitless direct channels to local and global audiences who can support their creative efforts directly as a social experience, end quote. We think that this bringing together the fandom, the fans with each other and with the band and with the band's music is going to work together, and we'll be listening to the Groundswell and we'll be speaking with the Groundswell at the same time. So there's only one more thing to say, which is, keep calm and let's get this party started. This is Janet Gershen-Siegel, and on behalf of my partner, Kim Scroggins, we're very interested in seeing what you've got coming up, and thanks for listening. Bye.